What's up, y'all? It's Sheridan. I'm back here with another one. I figured I'd say at the beginning this time, like, comment, subscribe. Please just do that because I've noticed a lot of people are watching, not doing so. I'm a really small channel. It would really mean a lot for me in the algorithm if you guys could do that. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff would mean a lot. Even if you don't like it, at least dislike it. Just interact with it somehow. I don't know if that actually makes it worse or not, but whatever. Just interact with the videos. I don't care. But yeah, I know it's been a second since I've done a video, but we've been traveling. We've had visitors. Lots have been going on. But I wanted to kind of do an updated video for post the first round of the playoff. Give you kind of my thoughts on what happened and my predictions going forward now that some of them didn't quite go how I expected. I think I got most of them. Most of my predictions were correct. And even if they weren't, they were the ones where I wanted them to go the other way. And so, like, kind of a good first round for me, just vibes wise. But yeah, I had a good time watching a lot of the games. I didn't get to watch as many as I wanted to. I saw all the Nuggets games, obviously, and I saw some other series here and there. All right, so starting with the first round, Thunder Grizzlies. I mean, I think we all knew this was going to happen. I think I exactly predicted 4 games. The Grizzlies just, I don't think they are ready. I don't think even if they, did have the talent, they didn't seem like they wanted to be there, honestly, and that's kind of what I expected to happen. It's why I thought they were going to lose in the play-in. I'm surprised they made it through. They did, but they got pounded, and we'll see what their future looks like. Fired their coach. We'll see where he ends up because I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Taylor Jenkins is a good coach. So we'll see what happens with that. But they're moving on. I moved on, got a lot of rest. And we have the Nuggets. The Nuggets, I predicted, it looks like, in 6. Oh, wow. Oh, so this does have my predictions, but it says I didn't submit a bracket here. That's interesting. Oh, it's because I submitted it on my phone. I submitted on my phone, and then I did another one here. It might not even be exactly the same, but whatever. But yeah, I said Nuggets in 6. I mean, realistically, I was kind of being a homer. I did have a feeling it would go 7, but I think Harden, while a lot of people are talking trash about him, he played better than I thought he would. So I think that was huge for them. But I think, when you really want to look at what the key, matchups were, a lot of people are talking about Westbrook, and then I think a lot of people rightfully are talking about Chris Dunn. Yeah, this is not actually that different from what he averages in the regular season. The difference is he shot like 20% less from the field. He was like almost an assist less. He just was really exploited. Denver let him shoot a lot, and he did not take advantage of his extra opportunities. Yeah, I think that's a big L in the sense that they traded Westbrook for Chris Dunn. So I do see that. But I do think Westbrook had a lot of, as much as he had ups, he had a lot of downs too. I'm a big Westbrook fan, so I don't want to get too into that right now and have a bunch of people think that I'm a Westbrook hater, because I'm not. But who I would rather talk about is Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon elevated by like 5 points per game, maybe a couple rebounds. I think he's similar on assists, maybe a little bit less on assists, but also shot the ball really well, came up huge in huge moments. I mean, he had the game-winning dunk. I mean, who knows what would have happened if he did not achieve that dunk. I think he, to me, was so physical on defense, truly a disruptor. Outside of, getting a lot of the buzz for that buzzer beater, I don't think he's getting enough credit for, really how much he helped us in that series, especially in a series where Jokic was great. I mean, you look at his stats, he was great, but maybe not the typical playoff Jokic that I'm used to seeing. I definitely think that we'll see in the second round kind of a return to form. Great as he was in the first round, I really think it was one of the worst rounds I've seen him play. That'll be the Nuggets Thunder going down tonight. The day that I'm recording this will be their game 1. Another one, I picked the Nuggets in 6. I actually feel more confident about the Nuggets in 6 in this series than I mean, I think it'll be 7 probably. I mean, it's a prediction, whatever. We'll see. It could be 7, it could be 6. But I think the Nuggets match up a little bit better against the Thunder. I think Hartenstein, maybe he'll prove me wrong. I might have to eat my words. I hope not. But I think Hartenstein will prove less of an irritant to Jokic long term than Zoo was. I mean, it really comes down to, is Murray, there's a lot of wing defenders they can throw at Murray, and if one guy doesn't work, they can try another one. And I am a little concerned for him in this series, but it's another one where I think AG can really get get physical, body a lot of dudes. I think I expect Christian Braun to step up. I honestly expect Peyton Watson to get a little more playing time in this one and step up on the defensive end. His length could be huge because OKC, you know, they have length, but it's not the same as the Clippers or the Timberwolves. I think that we can exploit a little bit of their lack of physicality off of the perimeter. But we'll see. You know, I think it's going to be an awesome series. I think it's going to be a really freaking awesome series. A lot of people are saying, oh, the Thunder are going to walk away with it. Who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised. As a Nuggets fan, I wouldn't be surprised if the Thunder win. But I do think, like, it feels nice to be the underdog again. It feels good to be counted out because it's going to make it all that much sweeter when we take them down. But that's how I see it. Moving on, we had the Lakers Timberwolves series. I did only pick it to go in 6. I guess I just had a little bit more faith in the role guys. I didn't realize they weren't going to play Vandy at all. I think JJ showed that he is still new to the league, and as much as I think he is kind of the future archetype for the modern NBA coach, I think he definitely made some mistakes in that series and kind of stuck to his guns a little too long, was unwilling to make some adjustments when he could have. But in general, I think this Timberwolves team has just been slept on. I obviously even caught myself doing it because people keep telling me, oh, they're not that good. They're not that good. Oh, the Rudy trade ruined them. And then having to get rid of Cat. I don't believe the noise. When you've got a guy like Anthony Edwards and you have all these great wing guys, these great role guys, and then you have Julius Randle, who, yes, he has historically not showed up in the playoffs, but he seems to be meshing with Minnesota a little better. Maybe not being under the pressure of being in New York is helping with that. And then Rudy Gobert was he closed out the series, and I just think they're a really good team, and I am scared to play them. If we get past the Thunder, and, you know, we have to play the Wolves in the conference finals, I'll probably be less confident about that series than either of the first two series, which I guess makes sense because it's the conference finals. But in this case, it's like we're playing the 6th seed, so we shouldn't be as worried as playing a 5 seed or a 2 seed, or a 1 seed. My fault. But I am. I think they're a really dangerous squad, especially matchup-wise for us. And I think, you know, the big thing is people are like, oh, LeBron this, Luka that. Dude, LeBron hooped. We're talking about a 41-year-old. He was hooping. He was great. I think, you know, he could have done more. Sure, he's not prime LeBron, but I mean, he left it all out on the floor, and so did Luka. I mean, what do you guys want from these guys? I mean, you want to talk about who didn't play well? Let's talk about our friend. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. When you don't have a defense, when you don't have a big man, you need a guy like that to step up, especially, you know, shooting 41% from the field. It's not good enough. But again, I mean, even people saying, oh, Austin Reeves was so bad. He wasn't that bad. But it's not going to cut it. It's just, the bottom line is they're just not built to win this year. The Luka trade was great. I think people talking about, oh, Nico was right. Shut the hell up. Nico was not right. Nico was foolish. I mean, sure, you can make a point about, oh, yeah, maybe Luka's not totally in shape, blah, this, blah, that. They needed a center. You can't win in today's NBA without a center. I mean, most of the teams, if you look at most of the teams in the playoffs, they have 2 of them, Mobley and Allen, Hartenstein and Chet. You look at the Wolves, Randall and Gobert. Boston, I can't even remember who the hell's on Boston, but I know they got 2 bigs, Porzingis and somebody else. Horford, maybe. Dude, these teams, they have 2 bigs, and then you have, you know, Denver with Jokic, and he accounts for 2 bigs. But I mean, that's another problem with Denver is they need a backup center, and they don't. But you just can't win without a center. Lakers, I should have known. Rockets Warriors, what a series! Really fun series. I kind of wanted the Rockets to pull it out. That was probably one of my bigger misses. But I mean, it went 7. Like, it could have gone either way. But I think the story of that one is obviously Jalen Green. I mean, he was just god-awful. 37% from the field, 29.5% from 3. I've been pretty low on this guy since he came into the league. You're not going to find a lot of people lower on him than me. My expectations were higher than this. I mean, you take away his 38-point game, right? Yeah. His 38-point game, which happened when Jimmy was hurt for most of the game. I mean, those stats get a lot worse. I mean, we're talking 7 points, 9 points, 8 points, 11 points, 12 points. That's just, how are they going to win the series with him playing like that? Is he worth anything in the, the trade market? I don't really know exactly what his contract is, but I would be trying to get off of this guy if I'm Houston. Even if he's low value, I just think he stinks. I just don't think he's really a starter in the league. I don't think he's good. Interesting series. Jimmy, Steph, they look great. I think going into this, I got both. It's funny, I got both of these wrong. Wolves versus Warriors. It's gonna be a dogfight for sure. Gonna be scrappy. Draymond and Rudy have a little bit of a history, but I think the Wolves are gonna be just too freaking big. They're gonna be too big for Golden State. They're gonna outlast them. Golden State might even steal one in Minnesota in the first 2 games. They might even steal the first one because they got a little bit more game ready vibes. I think a lot of times, and maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't know statistically what it is, but a lot of times it's like you have a team that only went 4 or 5 games and they've had a week off to rest, and then you have a team that went 7 games and you're thinking these guys are going to be tired, and you think maybe they'll drop that first game. But I actually feel like it's kind of the other way around, where a lot of times you go into that first game, and even if the team is playing away, if they just played a 7-game series, they might be more ready to just go at it again. They're in that mode, and they could steal a game 1. But I think what often happens is then later on they run out of steam and end up losing the series anyway. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of these 7-game teams, like the Nuggets, steal this game 1. I think in a lot of cases, it's kind of like very important to do for those teams because they might not be able to last a 7-game series. So they want to keep it to 6 or, God forbid, 5. I don't think either of these series are going to go just 5. But we'll see, maybe like matchups are always so weird, especially once you get to the playoffs. Who knows what injuries there are. But I have the Wolves in 6 here. I think I have the Wolves in 6. So yeah. Nuggets in 6, Wolves in 6, and that is the West. Moving on to the East, Cavs. We knew they were going to beat up on the Heat. Who knows what's next for them in the offseason? I think Stephen A. might have a point about getting rid of Pat Riley. Maybe it's just time for him to be done or move into a different role. Who knows? But that was an obvious one. And then Pacers Bucks. That went actually even worse for the Bucks than I expected. It's hard to predict an Achilles tear that Damian Lillard had, but it works how it works. I think the Pacers, they're gonna look good. But let me talk about the Bucks real quick. Giannis, 33 points, 15.4 rebounds, and 6.6 assists in 5 games. Only 5 games that series went. Ridiculous crumble at the end there, by the way. Not by Giannis, but by the Bucks in that game 5. They should have gone 6. They were up 7 or something, maybe even 8 with like 40 seconds left. It's crazy. But yeah, you put this stat line up after what you've given to this team. I think Giannis would be foolish to not be asking out. I would give a list of 2 or 3 teams that I'm willing to go to, and if I'm the Bucks, this is a guy who gave us a championship. I'm going to respect that list. I'm going to make sure we get a good value out of him. But I'm going to respect that list. And as long as we can get a decent haul, I think you got to show to future stars that you're going to take care of them. If they provide, you take care of them. I think if it would be different if he hadn't won them a championship. Yeah, he's been around, blah, blah. I think, if you don't bring a championship, then, see ya. But he brought him a championship. They should respect, where he wants to go. And hopefully that place is Denver. No way that's going to happen. But it's fun to dream. But yeah, Giannis was too good to end his career in Milwaukee. It would be a shame. But yeah, the Pacers, Cavs, I predicted it in 4. Obviously, what happened last night, we know that's not going to happen. But I still think the Cavs are going to. I'm not moved by the Pacers yet. I think defensively, they're just not equipped to deal with the onslaught that the Cavs are going to put on them. And I think game 2 is going to be a blowout. I think the Cavs are going to blow the doors off the Pacers. I think game 3, it will be a closer but dominant win. Pacers might, take game 4. But at that point, I think the Cavs win out. I think, we might see a 6-game series. I might have been a little bit too low on the Pacers. or maybe too high on the Cavs. Who knows? But I can't see the Pacers outlasting the Cavs in this one. But I mean, who knows? They both got a decent amount of rest. We'll see. We'll see. The Knicks Pistons series. I had it going 7. It should have gone 7. If the officials, if we lived in a just world, it would have gone 7. The Pistons really got screwed over by the officials like multiple times. But Cade was also not as good as he could have been in the clutch. He was still great. I mean, I think he may not in that sample of I think it went 6 games. He may not have been the best player of that 6-game sample, but I think you ask 30 out of 30 GMs, they're taking Cade over Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson was great. He was clutch. Right now, I mean, he just won the award. He's arguably the most clutch player in the league. He's electric to watch. He's really fun. The flopping stuff is a little annoying, but I think that's just that's part of the game these days. He's awesome. And I think the Knicks have a great roster. I think they have a terrible coach. I think Tibbs is just a much worse version of Mike Malone. And so the fact they've even stuck with him this long is kind of crazy to me. They need some new blood in there. They honestly should have lost that series of the Pistons if not for the lack of experience in Detroit. I think that could have been very scary for the Knicks and probably would have triggered the firing of Tom Thibodeau. So maybe long run it would have been better. But I'm thinking, they're going to get pounded by the Celtics. It'll probably go 5 or 6 games, but it's not going to be like a close 5 or 6. It's going to be the ones that the Celtics lose is just because they can't shoot, and the ones that they win, they're going to blow them out. I don't think it's going to be like a fun series to watch, honestly. Even though often they are Knicks Celtics matchups, I just don't see it this time. But who knows? That's definitely one like I could easily see myself being wrong about. But yeah, the Magic, I think that ended up being in 5 instead of 4. Cool, whatever. I'm not moved by Orlando. They kind of disappointed me this year. Certain guys didn't develop quite at the rate that I wanted them to. There were a lot of injuries. We'll see what the future holds for them, but not a big fan. So yeah, I think, with the Celtics, they're going to move on here to play the Cavs. I still have them winning in 6 or 7. I think, the Nuggets move on. The Wolves move on. That's going to be a really, really tough series for Denver. I'm still going to say, if it's the Lakers out of the picture, if it's the Wolves, I have the Nuggets in 7. It's going to be a tough 7, but I have them in 7 and redeeming that Game 7 loss last year. If it is the Warriors, I think we'll take care of business pretty easily. 5 or 6, probably 6, but another one won't be a close 6. If it's the Warriors that somehow match up better against the Wolves than I think, and we play them, that would be much more ideal. I mean, it would be nice to be Ant-Man, but I just want to win a championship, and I think the best way to do it would be to play the Warriors instead of the Wolves. And then same matchup, I'm thinking here. But it might be Nuggets in 7. It just really depends on how these other series go. But I'm excited. I'm really excited for the game tonight. I'm excited for the narratives that are going to get pushed. I think this was a really great first round. I think it was a fun first round. 2 Game 7s. I mean, it's not like a crazy number, but it was cool. There were 2 series that felt like they could have been Game 7s. It's been fun. It's been fun. I'm hoping the second round packs even more action and drama. But I mean, it's hard. A dunk buzzer beater. Lots of really cool stuff happened. But we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll have another update video probably at the end of this round. But, until then, stay well. Let me know what you guys think. Was there something that really surprised you in this first round? Is there something that you think I'm getting way wrong about this updated second round predictions? Let me know. But stay well, y'all. Bye.